Hello YouTube, Joseph Crickmore here, and this is a new style for me, new format. I'm using a new kind of recording software. I've never done this before, so forgive me if there are small audio issues, etc. This is meant to be my final video of 2022. If I can get it out before 2022 ends, I literally have hours. This year has been nothing but getting in the way of my YouTube channel. I've barely uploaded this whole year. I posted a short for the first time for Christmas. Check that out. This year I lost a family member and school got in the way and etc. etc. So I've never tried this before. Never had a reason to test it before. So here we are. What you see in front of you is a tier list with Advanced Wars COs because I still have hope for the reboot camp. And in the meantime, I'm going to be ranking the COs by their theme song, and only their theme song. I'll rank them by their looks or their CO powers, a different video, once I get the bugs worked out of this video. Anywho, the list, unfortunately, for these characters is in alphabetical order. My list for the themes is not in alphabetical order. It's in game order. So this is going to get confusing very fast, trying to locate COs. Note that this is only the first 3 games. I don't want to touch Days of Ruin. Not yet, anyway. I hear that that's a different beast entirely. And I want to get used to these characters before I even touch Days of Ruin. Does that sound fair? Without further ado, I'm going to start us off with Andy's theme. And for these, I'm only going to play like what am I saying? For these, I'm only going to play a small segment of their theme for obvious copyright reasons. If you want to listen to the whole theme, they're available on YouTube somewhere. With that out of the way, let's go to Andy's theme. Oh, wait. That's going to be enough. That's probably more than enough for Andy's theme. Also, I give credit to whoever put these videos together. I don't take any credit for any of these videos of Advanced Wars. So I give full credit to any channel that uses these videos. Now then, Andy. That is theme. Oh boy. They're back already. Well, sorry about that sudden interruption. And, well, as you'll notice, I changed the tiers a little, with them having a more specific reason for being S to F. Now then, where did we leave off? Oh, yes, we were going to rank Andy's theme. Now, Andy's theme, here's the thing. My first Advanced Wars game that I'm still playing is Dual Strike, because it's on a DS. I recently got the first game and the second game on my Wii U, because Reboot Camp, am I right? It's taken forever. So I didn't like grow attached to these CO themes, unlike the ones I'm currently listening to in Dual Strike. So I don't have any connection or attachment to most of these themes. Andy is one of them. It's basic. It works for Andy's character. I mean, what else do you want me to say? And you know what? He goes here. Okay? Is that fair? Coming from a guy that is a very recent Advanced Wars fanatic, I am not well versed in the game yet. Okay? I am starting to. So cut me some slack if, I piss off any of you for an opinion. But then again, that's just everybody these days, isn't it? Anywho, we'll be moving on to the next CO. We continue with the Advanced Wars 1 COs. I'll probably just continue with what I have. I don't know exactly what was added in the second Dual Strike. So the next one will be Axis theme. I can set this up properly. Once again, I give full credit to all these videos. Could not have done this without these channels. Alright. Like I said, it wouldn't be too much of the theme, you know, because I want this video to stay up on YouTube. So, Max, the big guy. The big, overpowered CO in the first game that got nerfed to hell, didn't it? Didn't he? 50% firepower increase, though. That is nothing to scoff at. Max is terrifying. He always was terrifying. Just, he got weaker over time, which is very weird. Anywho, I'm talking about the wrong thing. His theme fits the that feeling of power. Like, it feels strong. I don't know how else to describe this. I'm ranking music, for crying out loud. Max's theme is an absolute A rank, in my opinion. Now then. Next one on here is... Oh, I'm not going to be able to hold back my bias, and I don't mean because of who it is. This is a classic. If you know Advanced Wars music, you know this theme. You just do. As much as I would love to listen to the whole thing, I can't. Now, where is Lady Luck herself? There she is. Now, you know what? You know what? I'll let the rank speak for itself. Need I say more? Now then, next one on the list is Olaf's theme. Olaf. Mr. Russian, right? Is that what people are saying? Reboot camp, first mission, Russia, blah, 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 is one of the reasons potentially why the reboot camp is delayed. I don't buy any of that. This is a game. Parodies, fictional characters. None of the countries are even said in the game. They're Orange Star, Blue Moon, Yellow Comet, and Green Earth. And, well, if you want to get spoilery in the second one, Black Hole. Like, what are people thinking? Little rant aside, let's listen to Olaf's theme. alright. I don't have a baseline for how much of the theme I listen to, just enough to get the overall gist of the theme without, too much, because copyright. Anywho, Olaf. Olaf's theme is not one of the ones I particularly love listening to. I don't like listening to it a lot. It's one of those themes that plays, you just get through it. Yeah. For me, it's not one of those ones I like to go back to just to listen to. Olaf's theme, I listen to when I play Olaf or against Olaf. It's not one of those soundtracks that I like playing myself. I guess I'm not into that kind of music. Now, understand, D tier is still decent in my book. D for decent. Anything below F is music I would still like to listen to anyway. Because trust me, there's going to be at least one on here that gets into F. But Olaf, I'll cut you some slack. Your theme gets... oh boy. I'm tied between C and D. If I'm being brutally honest, and we're ranking the music, in my opinion, he goes here. Okay, Olaf. Next CO is Grit. Might I say, one of the best things the Reboot Camp has done so far with CO designs is give Grit the design from the Japanese Advance Wars 1. Instead of the outfit you see in front of you, he has a cowboy hat. Oh my goodness. That should be a whole ranking video of its own. Ranking the redesigns for the Reboot Camp that we have so far. Or maybe I wait until the game comes out and then do all the COs. That's a potential idea right there. But this track. Grit is instantly at least above C. He's one of these three tiers at the top. Grit, he's a fun CO to play. His theme fits his character, and if there are people that don't know the first game, don't spoil. I know very little, but I know enough that this fits Grit's character. So much so that he might arguably be one of my favorite Blue Moon COs. If it weren't for another Blue Moon CO on this chart. But anywho, Grit, next to Nell, S tier. That soundtrack is amazing. And I even hear in one of the leaked footage of the game that his rebooted theme for the Reboot Camp is just as good as that. So Grit, S tier. Who's next? Colin. Wait a minute. People might be wondering, wait a minute, did I miss Sammy? Oh shoot. I forgot about Sammy. I'm an idiot. I completely forgot about Sammy. How could I forget to add Sammy? Now I look like a fool. An utter fool. Colin, you're gonna have to hold your horses. We got a Sammy theme to listen to first of all. How could I forget Sammy? Here. Sammy. How could I forget Sammy? Oh my goodness. I feel like some people in the comments were almost about to be like, you forgot Sammy. I have no order to this. It's the order of how I put the themes in my, to go through one by one. I was going to rearrange the COs by game or by faction, but, every time the page refreshes, well, they go back to alphabetical order, which is stupid, but what are you going to do about it? Anywho, Sammy. Can I really leave my bias out of this video at all? Like, two of my favorite themes of all time are S tier. But Sammy's is good too. I don't want to just top heavy this list. I want to be as honest as I can, but this music is so good. Do I be brutally honest? Or do I be biased? And, well, not biased, but like, it's all about what I like. This is music. I can't really describe what I don't like about music. There's this feeling that I'm not going to enjoy Olaf's theme, for example, compared to Grit. It's the feeling of the music. There are certain kinds of music that I don't jive with, and that's the same thing with everybody. So for Sammy, I'm going to be as honest as I can. She is definitely either A or S, but this will work like top of A or bottom of S. She'll be I think her theme is better than Max's, but not on the level of Grit or Nell. I'm sorry. It's not that good, if that makes any sense. Hey, it's still really good to be up in these high tiers. Nothing has hit B yet. Andy, dude, you don't know what an airport is. I think you stay at C. And Olaf, well, you can stay where you are. Anywho, back to what I was doing. No. Not you, come by. Colin. I like your dual strike design better, buddy. Am I just throwing so many unpopular opinions about Advance Wars all over the place? Putting Sammy's theme in A tier, Olaf's in D tier, saying I like Colin's dual strike design more? Damn, what am I? Am I even an Advance Wars fan? Colin. The guy that gets units for cheaper, then can pop Gold Rush to get more money out of nowhere, and then, if he wants to, power of money. But nobody likes using power of money. Everybody likes popping Gold Rush. Enough about Colin. His theme. It's similar to Olaf, but better. It's the Olaf situation, but better. Because it's similar sounding music to me, but Colin's just, once again, it feels better. Colin, you go in B, my dude. It's not quite something I love listening to all the time, like these top two, but it's a good theme. Now then, who's next? Kanbai. Let's bring this back. Come by, come by, come by. Here you are. Okay. That design of you is just awful. I like your Advance Wars 2 design better. Because let's face it, nobody likes you in Advance Wars 1, design-wise, when you have the awesome look of Advance Wars 2. It's probably why the Reboot Camp chose that version of Kanbai as their design basis. Is this even Kanbai? Music-wise, I think I heard bells, or were there cymbals? The exotic feel of it. I mean, he is a yellow comet CO. Isn't that supposed to be like the metaphorical China or Japan in terms of how it feels? And I've listened to a lot of music from that region. I mean, after all, I'm an anime buff. That kind of music I listen to all the time. Kanbai's theme is right up my alley. And surprisingly enough, he's only going to get B. Trust me, there's a CO in his party, though, that has an amazingly good song. His, though, even though I'm an anime guy and it feels like it's an anime theme, it's just not there for me, you know? At this point in the video, you're probably wondering to yourself, why even have the F tier if you're not going to put anyone in F? Oh, trust me, there's at least one CO on this list that'll get F tier. Whether it be their music or just because I hate their character. Trust me, I'm allowed to break my own rules. Someone's going into F. Anywho, next CO on our list is Sonya's theme. Sonya, Sonya. Where art thou, Sonya? Oh, there you are. Her theme, it's not unique in any way. It sounds like a simple soundtrack to me. Nothing that stands out that screams, that's Sonya. Unless you're like really good with CO themes in Advance Wars. That doesn't instantly scream Sonya to me. That could apply to like any video game character. I'm not joking. I don't hear anything unique about Sonya's theme. To the point where she will join Olaf in D. Because, well, it's not unique. It's not doing anything unique. It's not making me feel like that's Sonya. Even though she's like the best CO in Fog of War. Her theme is boring and basic. When you have stuff like Grit that fits his character, or Nell, or Sammy, for crying out loud, they use Sammy's theme for the promotion of the Reboot Camp because of how iconic it is. To then go to Sonya, that's not iconic. It's basic. Anywho. Oh, here we go. Remember what I said a couple minutes ago about a theme that was in Yellow Comet that was like really high up there for me? Here we are. Give your respects to the man, the myth, the legend. Hello, Sensei. Sensei. How to rise from a very low position of opinion to suddenly being like, yes, I needed that. Oh, you guys don't understand. I needed that motivation to keep recording this video in the first place. Sensei's theme, yes. Yes. Instant yes. If you don't understand Sensei's theme in S tier, then we gotta have some, gotta talk. How could you not love that? Oh my goodness. Yet I hate his battle copters so much. Oh, that map in Dual Strike where I have to face him and Grim. Oh, that was so hard. I barely beat that map. Barely. And I was using Jake and Rachel. I had to keep popping Lucky Lass and whatever Jake's power is. I like constantly just to keep up with Grim. Never mind. Okay. Enough of that. Enough of that. You came here for a ranking. Or did you? Yeah, you did. Next is the guy, Lightning Grim. Okay, well, coming from beating that mission in Dual Strike recently, I've recently been acquainted with Grim's theme a lot. And I have to say, it's B, but it's higher than Kanbai. It's higher than Kanbai. Definitely. Absolutely. Nothing more I can say. Like, what do you expect me to say? I don't have a certain attachment to these characters yet. It's like, and this is ranking music. What else do you expect me to say? Eagle. Eagle. Here we go. Green Earth. That was probably more than enough. Eagle, eagle, eagle. Green Earth COs now. Well, like I said, I'm just going off of how I have these tabs. It's no particular order or anything. Eagle. Eagle. That screams eagle. That is absolutely eagle. That is 100% recognizable. Oh my goodness, that I needed to hear that again. That was so good. It's been ages since I heard Eagle's theme. However, he goes right there in A tier. It's not absolutely amazing by any stretch of the word. It's above average and outstanding. It's not God tier, because that would kind of be S tier. It's fine in A. It's Eagle. How could I not? Next. Drake. The guy that got worse as the games went on. It's kind of because naval units aren't very good to prioritize in the first place. They're over expensive. You need something smaller like a tank on the seas kind of thing to like build up a navy. Building navy is not easy. Drake's had it tough. It shows with his music because it's not one of the ones I'm enjoying either. It'll join Olaf and Sonya in the D tier. D for Drake. Andy, you're kind of alone in C tier, aren't you? Trust me. There'll at least be 2 more that'll join you. Someone's going in F. This video ain't ending till somebody ends up in F tier. It'll be somebody. I don't know who yet. Next is Jess. No, Jess. Okay, Jess. That one is a mixed bag. On the one hand, it's amazing 2/3 of the time. The other 1/3, on the other hand, is because it starts out slow. It takes time to build up to the part that sounds good. And because it takes a little while in its own song to build up momentum, for me, you get to join Andy. It's in the middle of the pack. You're not too high, but you're not too low either. Trust me, somebody is going into F tier. Somebody out of all of these COs left is going into F tier. Who's next? The big guy himself. Oh, I had to stop myself from letting that one go all the way. That one's very, very good, Sturm. Hello, Sturm. The guy that went through 2 design changes. This is the better design of him. Until the reboot camp, where it was God-level improvement. You gotta give it to them. They made Sturm look like a terrifying badass. Sturm, how could I not? I can't believe this. Instant S. How could you not? That's Sturm's theme. How could I not? That's that soundtrack. That guitar. Yes. Who's next? Lash. Oh. You got a good design in Dual Strike. Not this design. This is going to be a hard one to be this is going to be hard to be not biased with. This is a good another banger. They really took the electronic synthesizer aesthetic of the Game Boy Advance and they rolled with it for Lash. That was pinnacle of synth music, that's gonna feel weird when it's done again for the reboot camp because that's what makes Lash's theme. The synth part of the music. If they don't keep that, then they're gonna butcher Lash. We'll just have to wait to find out. I haven't heard the new Lash theme yet. Don't think anybody has. But the original absolutely goes into A tier. You're high. I'm gonna put you higher than Eagle, but lower than Sammy. Who's next? Adder. Oh no. Oh, Black Hole Seals have such good music. I have to be able to be objective with Adder too. The way Adder's theme starts, the way it keeps going, and then what is that? That exotic sounding guitar. I don't know. Don't butcher me in the comments if I mess up instruments or anything. But that sound, the transition, everything about Adder's theme screams greatness. It just screams greatness. Adder, welcome to the A tier. I bet you're wondering, is he really gonna put any COs into F tier? I don't see any yet. Do you not see how many are left? Trust me, one of these guys or gals is gonna get into F tier. Just you wait and see. Next is Hawk. Oh boy. I think we found our first victim, folks. I hate to say it, and I barely... Hawk. I hate to say this to you, buddy. You're my first victim of the F tier. I don't know what else you want me to say, folks. Somebody has to be at the bottom. But Hawk, that theme, that just doesn't do it for me at all. Sure, it gives off the terrifying vibe that Black Hole as an army is supposed to be. They're supposed to be the evil faction. Yet somehow they can have bangers like Sturm, Lash, and Adder's music. Whereas Hawk, sure, it's the terrifying, creepy, not creepy, it's the terrifying feeling of Black Hole. It gives off the villain vibes. But it feels more like Darth Vader. Yet Sturm's the one that looks more like Darth Vader than anybody else. Yet Sturm gets an amazing soundtrack, while Hawk gets their version of the Imperial March? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Hawk. But he gets to be the first victim of the F tier. Congratulations, Hawk. Not only do you have the slowest CO meter in the game, you have a soundtrack I don't like. Okay, who's next? Who's our next one? Okay. Gotta put up with the man. Flack. Flack. Alright. Flack. I love how this came right after I said this with Hawk. You're victim number 2 of the F tier. Except, you get to be higher than Hawk. At least with Flack, it's enjoyable. Even though Flack as a CO is very bad. His mentality is that of a brute, obviously. As a CO, he is bad. His music is better than bad-ish. But once again, it's one of those things where he does his role fine. He's the grunt. He's the heavy lifter. His music doesn't have to be like amazing sounding like Lash, where it fits with how the music was made for the game back then. Or Adder, with the way it repeats itself until it doesn't. Oh. Yeah. To think the bottom tier would be full of the flunkies. Who's next? Hachi. Hachi. Oh boy. Welcome. Hello, Hachi. Okay, Hachi. The theme that makes you think you're at Hawaii all of a sudden. No, I'm not kidding. It starts off, then it just stops. 2 seconds later, it sounds like you're just sitting on the beach at Hawaii. Doesn't it? Now, for being the CO that you are, Hachi, your theme doesn't do it to me. Somehow Sensei has the better theme, yet you're the better CO to use. I don't know. Maybe it's just my taste of music. But, yeah, Hachi, you go there. All that's left are the dual strike COs that I haven't done yet. And these are themes I hear a lot. Or in 2 of these cases, I haven't heard yet while playing the game. So next up is...
SkinCeuticals uses precision and medical expertise to help skin realize its full potential.
You know you're special.
You stupid ad. There we go. Oh, I've heard this theme a couple times. Okay. When they recasted Andy as main character, they made Jake for Dual Strike. And boy, did they have a glow up on that music. Oh my goodness. That sounds like a combination of Andy and Max put together. That was insanely awesome. For people hating on Jake because of being a replacement Andy, well, not really, but like design wise, they kind of are. But Jake definitely has more of the offense, and Andy has more of the healing capabilities. Jake, that music fits you perfectly, especially for what they were trying to do with Jake. And you know what? Just to maybe get under people's skin about how Dual Strike is, period, Jake gets to be above Colin right there. How does that? Okay? Okay. Next up is going to be Javier's theme. Whoa. And I thought Adder's music was fast. I thought Adder's music was fast. Javier, man, what a fast theme. The music just goes. Oh my goodness. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing. How do I put it? Is it one I would love to listen to a lot? The answer is no. It's not going to be any higher than a C. And give Javier the benefit of the doubt, because at least that sounds different from other themes, go next to Jess in C. All that we're left with are these three fools. You, definitely you, and oh, spoiler, the guy that replaces Sturm in Dual Strike. Who's next? Who's the next one up the list? Jugger.
Earn your degree faster at Purdue University Global.
Deal with a bunch of
ads. With over 175
ads. All right, Jugger. For being a CO that's worse than Flack, objectively, game-wise, you at least have a better soundtrack than Flack. I'll give it to him. Jugger, for being a worse Flack, literally, he has better music than Flack. Now then, time for COs that... Oh, wait, hang on. Not quite. Next is Rachel. Then I'll talk about the issue of... Oops. Flash? How dare you? You are amazing. Why would I ever move you? There you go. Okay. Anywho. Before I deal with the debacle of these two characters and their names, we gotta do Rachel. Awesome Rachel. Okay, for being Nell's sister, she sounds very similar to her sister in terms of music. She's not up there with Nell, but it's good. It definitely feels like a slower pace. It feels, but just as upbeat as Nell's. Um, she gets to go behind Lash in front of Eagle. Now then, we got a problem. The issue of whether you're Kindle or whether you're Candy, and whether you're Cole or whether you're Zach. See, this is the thing. I've been around the Advance Wars community a couple months. Well, not a couple months. I've been around Advance Wars since the reboot camp was announced. So I've been around Advance Wars a couple years. At this point, yeah, it's literally been 2 years. And people have called her Kindle and him Cole. But when I was playing Dual Strike on my DS, it said her name was Candy and his was Zach. So what's the deal with the name change? Why? Why is it my cartridge telling me you're Kindle instead calling her Candy? You know what? I already hate Cole as a CO. He's not going to get any higher than a D by default. Because of how much I just hate Cole and just having to put up with that forced march of his. But first, let's get through Kindle. Okay, Kindle, you sound like a Lash 2.0 theme. Like, literally, it sounds like a darker sounding Lash theme. Because Kindle has what I call the black hole charm in terms of music and that design. I mean, she's practically lipstick in human form. Like, look at that hair. But Kindle, I'm calling her Kindle. I will never call her Candy again. Kindle. Let's see. She's a part of the camp of Black Hole that actually has good music. So, she gets to go next to Lash. By the way, did anyone else have that feeling that she had a relationship with Sturm? And like when Sturm was gone after the second game, she was like second in command until Von Bolt came around? Or is that just me with my crazy fan theory that she dated Sturm or something? I don't know. She gives off that kind of vibe, doesn't she? That she could like easily take his place. Anywho, how about we get the other CO out of the way before we finish off Black Hole? Let's do Sasha.
Wherever you work, elevate it with up to 50% off select
Ads
items
again.
from Gary.
I love YouTube so much. Sasha. Let's see. For being the only new Blue Moon CO in Dual Strike, plus having synergy with your brother Colin, plus Market Crash, very handy dandy to get rid of enemy dual strikes. Very useful. Very good synergy with your brother Colin. Standalone music wise, well, remember, Blue Moon has a very varying sense of how I view CO themes. Their leader is in D for crying out loud, while Grit gets to sit at the top of S. Well, close to the top of S. And Colin is close behind Grit. I don't think Sasha deserves anything below C. And in my honest opinion, she's better than Andy's theme, but not as good as Kanbai's theme. Okay? Okay. Zach. Oh, sorry. Cole. At this point, I could care less about this guy. He's been hammering me so much in Dual Strike. Does that ever bugged people? How in Dual Strike they basically got rid of Adder. Sturm, well, that was obvious because of Advance Wars 2. Jugger, no. In the campaign, they basically got rid of Adder, Flak, basically Hawk. Lash is not even present for most of the campaign, I'm sure. Sturm because of story reasons. So they brought in the B-list Black Hole, the second squad. They brought in Jugger to replace Flak. They brought in Cole to replace Adder. They brought in Kindle to replace Lash. Quite literally. Hawk had nowhere to go. He was just in the background. And Von Bolt to replace Sturm. Or is it just me? And I'm just so in love with these 3 CO themes that not getting to hear them in the campaign of Dual Strike is such a pain. Having to listen to you constantly, and now you, Cole, Cole. Stupid ad. Stupid ads. Blah, 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 blah. That's enough. Cole, Zach, whatever your name is. If anyone knows the answer to why those 2 had a name change, put it in the comments section. Because my game calls this guy Zach and her Candy, when clearly everybody calls them Cole and Kindle. Sorry, Cole. You're better than Flak. I didn't want you any higher than F because I hate fighting you. You're a nuisance. You made me go through 40 days on that stupid map. And I was stuck using Colin and Sasha. The whole strategy of delaying your power meter, but having to use weaker units, using Force March all the time. That stupid Black Crystal. Everything about that mission in Dual Strike was utter pain. 40 days it took me. Although, to be fair, I only reset that map once. The second try, I beat it, but it took me 40 days. 40 days. I hate this guy so much. Finally, Sturm's knockoff. His replacement. This dude. Von Bolt. Final one. Let's do this. Von Bolt, your theme has the same problem as Jess. And it sounds just like Hawk's. Yours has the problem where it has to build momentum, just like Jess's theme. But it sounds just like Hawk's theme. You know, for being the big bad of a game who had to follow up Sturm, this is not a good theme. Objectively, it's not. It does not work for a final villain theme, although it could, just not in my opinion. I mean, Sturm's was just so good, how do you top that, you know? It sounds just like Hawk's theme. I don't like Hawk already, so that doesn't help Von Bolt. And, well, with Black Hole, it's either I really like it or I really hate it. There's no in between, literally. Sorry, Von Bolt. You are worse than Hawk, music-wise. There we go, everybody. That is the tier list based on how I judge their music. Just the music. Trust me, I'll do another ranking later on where I rank their CO powers, or I rank how good they are overall, or other things, you know, where I don't just rate them based on my subjective opinion on music. So yes, this list will also never change. This is my definitive ranking of their music. I never want to listen to these guys' themes again, even though for you and you, I'm forced to, because Dual Strike. I'm playing Dual Strike. I have yet to start the first 2 games on my Wii U. Can't wait for the reboot camp. As a new Advance Wars fan who's slowly getting accumulated to things, I will eventually work my way to Advance Wars by web. Maybe if any of you want to challenge me, I'm finding that I'm loving I'm loving how to play. I really do want to play Adder. I also want to play Lash, Sammy. If given the chance, I would love to play Sensei, Sturm, Eagle, Kanbai, maybe even Hachi. Who knows? But like I said at the beginning of this video, I am not ranking Days of Ruin. I am not touching Days of Ruin with a 10-foot pole unless somebody just gives it to me. I am not spending money on a spin-off game that takes itself way too seriously. But it is a vast departure of this, because none of these COs are in Days of Ruin. It's its own thing. I am not touching Days of Ruin anytime soon. Also, you may not know this, but the first half of this video, when it was just S, A, B, C, D, F, was recorded on December 31st, 2022. The final day of 2022. I am recording the larger second half after the interruption in January 2023. So this is the first video of mine where I filmed part of it at the end of one year and the beginning of another. So if the title is the first/last video of the year, you'll know why. If the video title isn't that, then you're too late to understand the joke. Well, this is the tier list. Thank you all so much for watching. If you'd like to hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.